Today, gonna walk through how we do a commercial quote. We're gonna quote them for windows and gutters. Actually, already won the job, so that's why I figure it's a safe one for me to talk to you about how to actually price it so that you can win it. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and count all the individual window panes. We're gonna charge per pane for something like this. The second thing we do is we get an overall size of the building, especially for stuff like gutter cleaning. We want to know about what it's gonna take. And so after that, we're going to go up on the roof and just take a quick look. When it comes to the windows, we want to go through and check, is that water stains or is that just some dirt? And in this case, it's just dirt. These windows are actually fairly well maintained. These ones look dirtier than they are. They're going to clean right up real easy. So we're not going to charge as much as if they were really bad and needed to be steel wooled the whole time. Several of the windows on the front of the building here have this vinyl covering. And so that just means we're going to straight pull it. We're still going to clean it. We can make sure it's as shiny as can be. But knowing that it's got the vinyl on there, we're not going to fan it. We're just straight pulling. And we just want to be aware, right? Now I've gone through and I've counted all the window panes. The other thing we want to do is be aware of the environment. There's some people who are here, moderate foot traffic, nothing bad. But then we've got this little forestry area overshadowing the building. So we know the gutters are going to be pretty bad and that's going to affect the price. All right, so we're up on the rooftop and everything's very easily walkable. We've got some moderate debris up here. Like I said, I already won this bid, so I've got some things getting staged, ready to clean up these areas. But if you look down into the gutters, it's pretty badly composted. It's been a while since they've had them cleaned. Not terrible, but not clean either. So they probably had them cleaned about a year ago. And the further we get away from the trees, the less debris there is, as one would naturally suspect. So we're going to be able to blow through most of that. See over here, there's just a couple little leaves. So all in all, these gutters aren't too bad, but it does require getting up on a roof in a commercial setting where there is foot traffic, only moderate, mild foot traffic, but there is some nonetheless. We have to be mindful of that. It's going to take us a little bit longer to make sure we don't blow leaves onto people or their vehicles. So as far as gutters go, it couldn't get much easier than this. The windows are in good shape. It's going to be easy to clean. We do this. This is going to be a part of a couple of different projects for the same property manager. And so because they've done business with us in the past, they're consistent with us, we try to give them a better rate. Now, if you're doing jobs for the first time for a company, you want to make sure you don't lean on their promises that, oh, if you go with us and you do a good job, we're going to give you a lot of work. If we had $1 for every time we heard that, right? People don't always follow up. So you want to make sure that you're getting the price that you need for the work that you're doing. They're already booking a lot of work with us, so we can give them a little bit of a deal considering we know that they're filling up a good chunk of our schedule and they're going to be keeping our guys busy. We have a pretty good flow on things, and so we just got to make sure we're getting our hourly rates, our daily rates, and we're going to be happy. Our guys are going to be able to come here, take care of a couple buildings on the same day, and go home early for a full day's wages. So we're happy with that. Now, I do all my quotes for commercial projects through Jobber directly. Residential, I'll do square footage and just go on the house size and figure out prices for window cleaning or gutter cleaning like that. But for commercial things, I strictly want to go to the location and get an idea, feel for what's going to be there. It takes a lot more time. And so that also has to be factored into the pricing because I'm going to be spending at least an hour of my time not knowing if I'm going to win the job or not. But once I'm able to go there, I take a few pictures, I'm able to input that in a template for Jobber quotes. So what Jobber is able to do is they're able to have templates for different types of work. Now, this is a typical kind of upsell. So I gave them a price for the gutter cleaning, but I also added a price for window cleaning, and the window cleaning would be a really good deal, so they would be fools to turn it down. And I made sure that I a little bit overcharged for the gutters just in case because it's the main thing that they wanted. If they were primarily going for the windows, I might have had a higher price for that and then upsell higher for the gutters. But go with the pain and solve that problem and then give them bonus options on top of that. Just remember when you're talking to a property manager or whoever's in charge of the maintenance, it's usually not going to be the same type of conversation as it would be with a homeowner. It's somebody who is charged with the oversight of the property and its overall well-being and maintenance. So they don't want anything bad to happen. So that's why gutters are more important to them than windows. But then they also want to make sure their clients are happy and that they're showing their clients that they'll go above and beyond. And so that's where the windows come in. So you sell the gutters on a need-based thing. Make sure they know it's going to be as seamless as possible for them, that you'll work around their schedule or around the busy times. You'll come when it's least busy. In this case, Mondays are great because most of the offices in this little area are shut down on Mondays. So we scheduled to clean everything on a Monday when they'd have less foot traffic. That leaves less room for clients to complain. Nobody likes to have a customer or a patron come into their establishment if they're a tenant while the gutters are getting clean and they get leaves blown at them or they get water dripped on them. They want to avoid those kind of situations. So make sure you're communicating with the property management people and find out what their pain points are and solve based on what they want and what they need, what they're thinking about. Where are they hurting? Come and solve that problem. Don't try to sell them on things they don't care about. They don't really care about the price if you can solve the real problem. They'll go with the more expensive option if they know that you're going to take care of their felt needs, the things that maybe somebody else dropped the ball on. Find out what their budget is, find out why they're looking for you or somebody else to take care of the services that maybe another company had done in the past. Where did they drop the ball and lose that relationship? So that you don't do the same thing, so that you know this is where we can stand out. And they're never going to go for the cheapest guy just because they're cheapest. If you can provide quality and assure them a job well done, and you've built up a solid reputation and you have some type of a relationship with the property management, then they want to do business with you. It's not going to hurt them directly. They get a budget, and so communicate with them. The first person to name the price loses, right? So find out what their budget is and work backwards from there. Say, okay, this is what I can do for that price. This is what I could do for a little bit more. And when you work that way, you'll always win because you're not going to lose. You lose by bidding too low on a big job, and then you have to pay guys to go do the work. I mean, worst case scenario, I guess you still learn from the school of hard knocks, but it is what it is, right? But again, I do all of my bidding inside of Jobber. It's really easy to go with the template. You already have some blanket terms and conditions, and then you can go and throw in extra line items as needed. You can also make it so that specific line items are included automatically, but then other ones are optional. So this one, the gutter cleaning, was automatically included in the price, but then I added window cleaning as an optional line item. And they went ahead, thankfully, they went ahead and selected the optional line item, added it to the quote, and said, hey, we want to go ahead and get this booked. They just clicked approve quote, and I was able to reach out to them and figure out a day and time for us to come out and clean everything. Another cool thing about Jobber, I'm sure other CRMs do it, but Jobber does it really well, is you can actually see if they've opened the invoice, and you can automate follow-ups just in case they haven't seen it or they haven't opened it or they forgot about it. This one I actually bid several months ago, and then the reminders automatically went out so that even though it was 2-3 months later, they were still able to get my bid, and they said, hey, our quote has expired, but we just wanted to know if it would be the same price or not. I was able to say, yeah, sure, it's not gone up since the summer. We're good to go. And so we got it on the schedule, and now we're here, and we're going to clean it up. Total for this job, there was 44 panes of glass, and we charged them $6 per pane for the exterior. And keep in mind, these are in really great condition, really fast job, less than an hour and a half for one guy to clean everything on his own. And then for the gutters, we charged $500. And that's mostly because of the tree coverage. We know that it was starting to kind of mulch up on one of the ends. And the total time for that was going to be about 2 hours for one guy. So team of 2 guys in 2 hours can clean the whole thing. And that comes out to $764 for just a couple hours of work for 2 guys. And again, we're not just doing this building. We're doing a couple other buildings on the same property, not much transportation between them. And so we're able to get a lot of volume of work done in a short amount of time. So while we maybe could have charged a little bit more dollars per pane, we're kind of happy with the results, right? That's going to be good money in a good day's work. Finish early and everybody makes their money. By the way, it would be rude of me if I didn't let you know that there is a link in the description of this video so that you can actually get a free trial of Jobber for 2 weeks. Plus, you can get a discount for the first couple months of using Jobber. So if you don't already have a CRM or you don't have one that you love, give Jobber a try. I've been using it for half a decade now, and I couldn't run my business without it. So I only recommend it because I use it every day and highly recommend it. If you had any other questions or comments, go ahead and drop them below. I always like to respond when I can. I get a little busy and can't always get back to everybody all the time, but it is what it is, right? Got other questions, just let me know. Otherwise, that's generally how I bid a commercial job site. I try to get on the person, count the window panes, make sure you factor in any difficulties, any hard ladder placement. If it's going to be hard to reach a section, you always just want to upcharge for each little thing. Estimate, is it going to cost an extra 15 minutes of one guy's time? Well, feed that in with a little bit of extra room to wiggle. So if you think it's going to take 15, assume it's going to take like 20 to 30 minutes, not just the 15. That hedges in a little bit as a wiggle room. And then you're always going to be shooting above. That way you're going to finish profitable. If you overshoot and they say no, hey, you should find other work. But if you undershoot and they say yes, you're going to be working there too long and you're going to lose money because you could have been earning money doing another job where you're going to get paid better. So commercial stuff always overbid because, at least for me, it's a nightmare to win a job that you underbid. So good luck, guys. I hope you can find some commercial jobs to bid on. Emails go a long way and you never know when they might respond. This one, again, I bid a few months ago and they just took a long time getting back to me. Be persistent, follow up. The finances are in the follow up. So make sure you're persistent and always do your best work, and people will continue to come back to you for more. So I'll see you guys in the next video.